To me, this team is exceeding expectations, Max and Key. Like they're 3-1 right now. I mean, in the best case scenario, what would we have said New York was going to win? 6 games, 7 games, maybe
7 games would be a win. Yeah.
Okay.
Now 8
halfway
games is a
through
win.
that in 4 games.
Right. If it's 7 now, we're a little disappointed. We want 8 now. I think the Giants are looking for 8 wins now.
I mean, I like what I've seen from Daniel Jones.
Yeah, they're gonna lose. They're gonna lose to Green Bay whether Daniel Jones is at full strength or not. They were going to lose. They're going to come back from London at 3 and be 3-2. That's still a up. I had them at 6. I had Tyrod Taylor taking over in Game 7. So, the Packers and the Ravens, they're going to drop. They may drop the Jaguars and the Seahawks. These next 4 games are going to be a tough stretch for them.
At Packers,
but if
Ravens
they
at
go
home,
500, and stranger things have happened, if they go 500 from this portion of the season, they're sitting at 5-3, and the schedule gets a little softer. Not that, listen, the Giants aren't great, so the Texans can be tough with the defense, whatever. With Lovie Smith, Seahawks can play.
Jags are good.
Yeah, but once you get up to the Texans and who's after the Texans? Let's see the
Lions.
schedule again. The Lions,
Texans,
right?
Lions,
it's not
and
like
Cowboys.
Listen, the strength of your schedule from the fans' point of view always depends on what you really think of your team. If you don't think they're that good, the schedule looks tough. If you think they're good, it doesn't look so tough. But the Giants, we know what they are. They're competitive.
Let me see that schedule. I want to see that schedule because I'm going to tell you right now what wins and losses they have.
Let's look.
So I'm just giving you right now. These next 4 games are going to lose.
Yo, they're
the
favored
Texans
in a
and
lot
Lions,
of these
they could
games.
split.
FPI favors them in a
They're
lot
going
of
to
these
lose to the Packers. I don't care about FPI. I care about what I'm
chance
saying.
to win.
Yeah,
sorry,
Packers.
That's a chance to win, not to lose. No,
Yeah,
sorry, they're underdogs in all these games. Is what I meant to say. They're underdogs.
What are you talking about?
Oh, they're favored. They're favored over the Packers. Yeah, right, Max. But the next 4: Packers, Ravens, Jags, and Seahawks, they're dropping those. I'm sorry to say it. The Texans and the Lions.
I don't know if they're dropping all those games.
The Cowboys are probably going to lose.
Why do you think they drop all those games?
I will bet you.
I'm not sure we have the high octane.
They're not going to beat the Packers. They're not beating Lamar Jackson.
I don't know.
The Jaguars. The Jaguars. They maybe could steal it. Maybe.
Okay, I want you to give me
Seahawks.
the game.
They're not beating the Seahawks.
I want you to give me the game of the teams they're not beating that they're going to win, because there's with a team, not the bottom feeders.
I said the Jaguars. The Jaguars in Week 7, they probably can get that.
Okay.
Seattle, tough place to play, long flight. Seattle's playing good football. I'm sure they'll continue to play good football. The Texans, they'll probably get. The Lions are going to be scrappy at home. They'll probably could get them. They're not getting the Cowboys. They're going to get the Commanders. They're not getting the Eagles.
The Cowboys
they're going to get the
game the first time came down to the wire.
Yeah,
in Dallas this time. Look, the only 2 games that they're actually favored in, as according to FPI's chance to win, are at home against the Texans and the Lions.
And not favored by that much either.
Cowboys divisional game.
See, and I didn't even look at FPI's. I didn't even look at FPI's list. I'm looking at the schedule. I didn't even look to the right to see the percentages. I'm just looking strictly at the teams. And those were the 2 teams that I gave them a real solid chance of beating was the Texans and the Lions.
I'm just saying, look.
Even the Commanders, they could beat the Commanders.
They could beat the Commanders
at home.
I have news for everybody. Are they as good as the Eagles? Of course not. But it's the NFC East division rival at home. They could win that game. Yes, they could.
Yes,
especially Week 4.
And I could fly to space with a parachute.
No.
Not gonna
Come
happen.
On, Key. The NFL's not like that.
Divisional
You're going to
games,
win
man,
some
can be
games you're
tricky
supposed to
sometimes.
lose. You're going to lose some games you're supposed to win.
you're going to fight back against me because it's the Giants. They're not beating the Eagles. I love you to death. It's not happening.
Listen, I'm just telling you, by Week 14, let's see who's healthy. Let's see what's what. And at home in a division rivalry game, I've been a Giants fan where the Eagles have been meh and the Giants have been really good, and we go to Philly and the Eagles beat us. Like, that's how it goes, man. It's
not happening this year.
I think the Eagles
right now
are the best team in the NFL. Let me be
sorry to pain you, but that quarterback number 1 is on a different mission. He's just on a different mission.
I'm with you.
Honestly, I like what I've seen from
happen.
Daniel Jones so far if he's healthy.
Big overall taking point, though, is that they are ahead of expectations.
They're right.
No, they
so
are.
How many wins you got them for, Key?
I still got them for 6-7.
Right. I would say
they already got 3 in the back pocket.
Right.
They're a 6-7 win team. The 2 teams at the top, the Cowboys and the Eagles, it's a tough out, man. The Packers are a tough out. The Ravens are tough. You're going to Baltimore. It's a tough out.
With the Giants, reportedly?
OBJ.
Odell? What if Odell?
He was in the building visiting friends.
What if Odell signed with the Giants later in the season?
Why would you want to sign with the Giants?
Because Daboll's there. It's a new day. It's a new day in town.
I mean, look, I don't know if I would want to do that if I were OBJ. I'd rather go to a team that was on the verge of winning a Super Bowl.
Agreed.
Again.
However, let's say he came to the Giants. What would you think then? Now, Daniel Jones got Evan Neal later in the season, probably comes along, gets back from injury, develops. The offensive line is better. Saquon's balling. Daniel Jones looking good. Now you add Odell.
Still say third best team in the division.
If I'm Odell, why would I go to the Giants?
That's what I just said.
When I can go to the Bills, I can go to
That's
Green
what I just
Bay.
said. Yeah.
Will you guys humor me and just say, let's say the Giants offer him more money. So, I don't know. Let's just say he winds up on the team. What would they be then?
Money. I'm not messing with Daniel Jones and I can play with Aaron Rodgers.
Neither would I. Neither would I.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.